Okay, I've got the Win-D-Fender here. One thing that I've noticed is the bottom that has the hinge is not actually sealed. You can kind of see through there that this isn't actually closed. So if you're blowing in, I imagine that aerosols would escape through the bottom. So I mean, it probably would do an effective job of stopping aerosols going forward, but your breath would be kind of going out the bottom in probably a concentrated fashion because of how that opening works. So on its own, I'm also, as recommended, I have attached the carrying bag that it comes with to the end of the flute because they have found that when playing in the low register of the flute, there is a fair amount of aerosol that comes out the end of the flute. Although overall, apparently, flute emits, at least preliminary studies show that flute emits less aerosols than maybe some other instruments. So I think on its own, this wouldn't really do much of a job to stop aerosols. Maybe we'll find out more with studies. But what I will say is, having tried playing flute just by inserting the flute behind a mask through the side, that's quite difficult. With this, it creates some space. If you were to put this behind your mask, this at least creates space and something to block fabric from interfering with the airstream. And I do believe it's going to be a bit easier to play with this attached under your mask. So it's a bit bulkier to get behind, but it can be done. Mind you, now the mask is not sitting flush with my face as much, but still pretty good overall. And we do have it down to the chin there, so a bit more. So that is a lot easier to get down to the low range especially. That was quite tricky when playing with it playing just directly under the mask. So I'll try that again actually, you'll just see. Last time I used a medical mask, and this is a non-medical mask obviously. Yeah, this is way harder. You can hear the air is way more diffused. So on its own, I don't think it'll be an effective means of stopping aerosol or droplet spread, but I think in concert with the mask could potentially, that could work. It at least mitigates the difficulty of trying to blow with directly behind the mask. So anyway, those are my thoughts.